The light is continuously changing, but we're gonna try to film anyways. I understand that by me saying this, I sound like the most basic girl on the planet, but I really love Instagram. Over the last 5 years or so, I have treated my Instagram like a job, and I mean that 100%. I set aside time and days in the week to do photo shoots. I style all of my setups. I spend a lot of time branding myself and forming that perfect Instagram feed. There's a lot of work that goes into my Instagram, and I've always enjoyed Instagramming. That just sounds so stupid to say. I'm a very creative person, and the majority of my creative outlets revolve around a camera, whether it's YouTube or Instagram or just photography in general. I am very, very attached to a camera at all times. Never once in my life have I taken an actual break from Instagram. I think in the past I said that I have, but by that I have always meant like I posted on Instagram and then got off Instagram until the very next time I was supposed to post, and then I was back. So this is the first time, and I can't even say that this is a full break because I'm still on Instagram, I'm still scrolling through my feed, I'm still uploading to my story, but this is the first time ever that I have not been posting on Instagram. And there's a few reasons why I decided to take this break. I am working part-time again, which for those of you who know me and my health struggles, you know that that is a very, very big deal for me. So I've been putting in a lot of effort and energy into trying to make money, which has been nice. I also have a lot of health developments with this upcoming surgery and doctor's appointments and the potential diagnosis of adenomyosis, which just takes up a lot of mental energy to think about. And there's been a few other things that have contributed to me feeling like I don't have the time or the energy to put into my Instagram like I have in the past. A lot of people have talked about the Instagram algorithm within the last year or so, where basically small content creators are not getting as much engagement or visibility on their feeds. It is very much directed towards bigger influencers and whatnot, so a whole lot of people who don't have a lot of followers like me, our engagement has sucked for the past year. And I would love to say that that hasn't bothered me at all, but I think I would be lying if we're being honest. There was a time in my life where every time I was posting on Instagram, I was getting great engagement. I was getting hundreds and hundreds of likes on every single picture I posted. I was getting lots of followers every time I was online, and it was great. Now the only pictures that do even somewhat well on my feed are pictures that include me in it. Whereas before I spent a lot of time Instagramming, you know, books I was reading or vacations I went on or whatever that used to perform really well. Those get completely buried in the Instagram algorithm. So the only time people are really seeing posts of mine are when they are of me. And to a certain extent that is great. I'm glad that people enjoy seeing my face, I think. But that has also led to me feeling like in order for me to put out good content and whatnot, that I have to become some sort of Instagram model and constantly be having all these really, really nice outfits put together and the perfect location and get that perfect candid shot. And although that doesn't usually bother me, and in the past I don't think it has ever been an issue for me, I think with where I'm at in my life right now, that is just not what I want my content to be based around. I feel like physically I like myself, but to a certain extent I have really struggled with feeling like with all of my health issues that I am losing my identity as a woman. You know, like first my endometriosis took my hair and I was fine. I tried to make the best of that. Anyone who knows me personally knows that I talked about shaving my head before my hair was falling out, so although it was definitely an adjustment period, I didn't feel like losing my hair was the end of the world. Whereas now I feel like I am facing potential infertility or losing my ability to have a period or have my reproductive organs. I feel like that is all kind of in jeopardy with this looming potential diagnosis, and it just, I don't know, just I'm not in a super great place, I guess, with me personally, and it has made me sit back and reevaluate like what I place my identity in, and I wish I could say I placed it in the right things, like, you know, Jesus. But I think with all the developments in my health, I guess it has kind of highlighted that I have been doing things, I guess, kind of wrong. I wasn't even planning on mentioning this in this video. This just kind of came up. So this is very like raw, and you guys are definitely seeing me process this out loud for the first time ever. I've just been in a weird place, like physically, and I don't want my Instagram at this point to be based around my physical appearance because I don't feel incredibly confident or secure in who I am as a person right now. And so that combined with my mental health and my physical health and me putting a lot of my time and energy into other things that I haven't been putting my time and energy into for the last couple years or so, I just decided that an Instagram break was needed. And honestly, the longer that I don't post on Instagram and kind of stay away, I kind of like it. I definitely miss like photo shoots and like styling because, as I said, I'm a very creative person and a lot of my creativity is based around photography and whatnot, and I do miss that aspect. But I do think that I let my engagement and followers and likes and comments affect me more than I was willing to realize. It's nice to be able to go out and be 100% present and not have to worry about if what I'm doing or how I look is good enough. And because I treated Instagram like a job that goes beyond like just doing photo shoots and styling, like I spent a ton of time on my phone engaging with other content creators. I spent a lot of time scrolling on Instagram, commenting, reaching out to other artists and whatnot, just trying to create some sort of connection. And since not being on Instagram and since Instagram has dropped on my list of priorities, I feel happier. Like I said, I've been working part-time, which for the most part I'm enjoying, other than the fact that it physically does wear me out. I have been reading a lot more, and actually the book I'm reading right now, I think I'm going to do like a book review on my channel probably next week, if not next week, sometime soon, because it's absolutely changing my life, and I'm really grateful that I feel like I have the time now to be able to read, because like I said in my, I think it was letter to 2019 me or something like that, I placed the goal on myself of like wanting to read more and do that because it's something that I used to love a lot and I just haven't been able to do. So I'm really excited about what I'm reading, and hopefully you guys will be open to letting me share that with you, but we'll see. I've also been doing weekly yoga classes, which I am really enjoying. I've heard that yoga is great specifically for endometriosis sufferers. And so I've been doing that and I enjoy it all. And as I'm doing these things, I have been like pondering on why I felt like I couldn't necessarily do those things before. And it's because there's so much pressure to interact on social media and prove yourself to other people and that your life is entertaining and worth looking at and whatnot. The pressure to be vulnerable and constantly be having captions that are worth reading or have something to offer, like it does take a lot out of you, and I think a lot of the times I have felt pressured to share stuff and be vulnerable when I personally wasn't ready for the sake of posting a quality post. So I'm not quite sure how long this break is going to last. I know that I'm going to New York in a couple of weeks, and the creative person inside of me is very, very excited for that opportunity because there is obviously a lot to do in New York, and I want to be able to capture that because that is, you know, obviously really, really important to me, traveling is, and I do want that recorded. So I will be, I think, taking pictures and still doing all of that. It's just, I don't know how much I want to put myself out there as of right now on social media. I do want to make sure that when I do come back and when I am posting consistently, hopefully again, that I am doing it in a way that isn't harmful to me. So the point in this video isn't just to share some weird sentiment of my life, but to encourage you to kind of, I guess, self-reflect on how much of your worth you're actually putting online. I just remember a point in time where every single day I looked forward to that set aside time that I had in order to content create and take pretty pictures, and it was something that I really, really enjoyed doing. And I think for the past 6 months, maybe more, I have been dreading content creating. And I feel like every single time I go to post, I'm just throwing something together at the last moment, and it's probably obvious in looking at my pictures that I just am not enjoying it like I used to. I would advise other people just to be more aware of like when you go to take a picture, when you go to post on Instagram, like why is it that you're posting? Is it to try to present yourself as this super put together individual who is always out and about with their friends doing these amazing things, or is it genuinely just showing a piece of your life that you think others would enjoy? This is just what's been on my mind recently, and this is how I have been spending my time since not being on Instagram. It's weird because I feel like a lot of people keep up with me through Instagram, so I feel like by not being on Instagram, no one knows what I'm up to, which is probably true to a certain extent, but I do like it. So that's that. I just wanted to kind of get that off my chest and just, I guess, encourage you guys if you feel like your priorities are lying in the wrong areas to self-evaluate and I guess gather the, I don't want to say courage because it wasn't super courageous of me to get off Instagram, but just evaluate like what it is that you're doing and how you can, you know, benefit yourself, I guess, more efficiently. I don't know. That's it for this video. The lighting was all weird. I tried to make it work, but I don't know if it did. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you really liked it, feel free to subscribe to my channel down below for more content. I will see you guys next week. Bye.